So now I will start the class. Okay. Okay, so everything is clear. Then I think I will start the class. Okay, so I feel that from my side, I feel that it is just like a problem. But even though you will have difficulty from your side to attend this session, but anyhow, if there is a connectivity failure or if there is a network failure, okay, you can see this recorded session. Okay, so I think I will start. Follow no? Okay, so already in lesson live process you have studied the different types of juices which is secreted in our digestive system. That is, so here you can see this is the picture of our stomach. So which acid is secreted in our stomach? That is hydrochloric acid. So hydrochloric acid is secreted in our stomach. So what is the condition cause when there is a excess of acid is secreted in our stomach? So when excess of acid is secreted in our stomach, the condition cause is stomach acidity. Okay. So when there is a stomach acidity, what are the symptoms? Okay. So what are the symptoms of stomach acidity? So it may cause irritation, okay, burning like sensation, follow no, and there is a pain in a stomach. So what are the remedies if there is a stomach acidity? What are the remedies for to control this stomach acidity? So how can you get rid of this stomach acidity? Okay, by taking antacid, followed, or by taking a milk of magnesia, or which is a mild base, or milk of magnesia like magnesium hydroxide. So here you can see the picture of this is the milk of magnesia, which is also we can see a Gelucel which is available in the market also. Followed? Yeah. Then what will happen if there is a change in pH in our mouth? Okay. So when the pH of the mouth lowers down or it falls below 5.5, it can cause tooth decay. Already we have seen the acidic range is below 6.9. Okay. So when the pH of the mouth falls below 5.5, it lowers down. What will happen? The tooth decay will start. So here you can see the picture of this how the tooth decay. Follow no? What happens to the teeth? Okay. So our teeth are covered with a thin covering called enamel. Okay. So there is a shining substance which is known as tooth enamel. Okay. So it is the hardest tissue in the body. So what is the chemical composition of this tooth enamel? So chemical composition of this tooth enamel is calcium phosphate. Follow no? So our teeth, they are covered with a smooth substance which is known as tooth enamel. Okay, and it is the hardest substance found in our body. The chemical composition of this tooth enamel is calcium phosphate. Okay, so when the pH falls below 5.5, what will happen? So this tooth enamel okay, it will get corroded, it will get removed up. Follow, no? So as a result, it will cause tooth decay. So what is the cause for this tooth decay? So normally what happen, uh, late night, see, we have our dinner, okay. So after having dinner, there are some food particles, what happen, they remain in a gap in our teeth. So whole night normally we sleep, okay. If we don't brush the teeth, what will happen? So bacteria which is present in the mouth, they will degrade the food particles after eating, and they will produce the acid. So as a result of this acid, what will happen, the tooth decay start. So teeth corrodes slowly. What happen, the enamel is removed off, and the cavities will be produced, and such because of this, the food particles, for no, the the teeth will our corrode. So what is the remedy for this? Now what is the remedy? Okay, so remedy is what, rinsing the mouth with water after having food. Follow, no? So here you can see this boy is rinsing the mouth with water. Okay, always maybe a lunch or a dinner. After having lunch or a dinner, we always take the water in the mouth and we clean the mouth, and that is how the food particles are thrown away with this water. Okay, so that is the one remedy, is that rinsing the mouth with water. Second option is that using toothpaste which are basic in nature. So almost all the toothpastes are basic in nature. So for a tooth decay, the remedy is that rinsing the mouth with water and using toothpaste which are basic in nature. Followed? Okay. So in our day-to-day life, we make use of different types of vegetables and something. Okay. You know, this is a tomato. Okay. Here is a tamarind. Okay. If I ask you what is the taste of this, so definitely you are going to say it is a sour in taste, and this is also a lemon. So what is the taste? So they are all sour in taste. Why are they sour in taste? You have seen in the first part, because they contain acid. They contain what? Acid. That is the reason why they are sour in taste. Okay, followed. And you must have also heard that so many cases that, like in our country, people have been also died because of bee sting. So sometimes when there is a bee stings, okay, they will inject something in the body. It will cause pain, irritation. There will be a swelling up. So when there is a bee sting, what will happen? Why there is a pain and irritation? So it is because the bees, what happen, they inject a small quantity of acid in our body, and because of that there is a pain and irritation and swelling. Follow, no? Yeah. So if there is a bee sting, okay, okay, then suppose if you go to the forest and accidentally, if you may come in contact with certain plant which is known as nettle plant, and these leaves, what happen, they have small small hair, and they will accidentally, if you come in contact, okay, you will start scratching, there will be pain, irritation. So they have a leaves have a hair, and they will inject the acid, and this plant is known as nettle plant. So accidentally, if you come in contact with the nettle plant, there will be the pain and irritation. Okay, so how to get rid of this nettle sting? So you know that by the side of this nettle plant, there is also another small plant which is known as dock plant. So you have to just rub the leaves of this dock plant, and that is how you will get uh, relieved from it. So whenever there is a nettle sting or a bee sting, they will secrete the acid, and you have to neutralize the acid. In the first part we have seen that. So acids are neutralized by the base. Follow, no? So here nettle stings and all, it is neutralized by using the by rubbing the leaf of dock plant. So this dock plant is by the side, which grows by the side of this nettle plant only. If you rub it, you will get relief. So now let us try to find out more about the acids which are present in the following naturally occurring substances. We know it, that is the here. Tomato. So what is the acid present in tomato? See, tomato, the last word is O. The acid present will be oxalic acid. Okay, tomato, O means oxalic acid. Tamarind, the word tamarind begins with T, so the acid present is tartaric acid. Okay, this is TT. Then vinegar, vinegar is what? Acetic acid. You know, so vinegar is what? Acetic acid. Orange, sweet lime. Okay, lemon, they contain citric acid. Curd, sour in taste. All of you are familiar, you must have consumed also. Okay, it contains an acid known as lactic acid. Then ant sting, same thing feeling whenever there is a bee sting, ant sting. Okay, so bee sting, ant sting and nettle sting, they also contain a acid which is known as methanoic acid. So how to get rid of this, if there is a bee sting, ant sting and nettle sting? So they will uh, they will secrete a methanoic acid, and this acid has to be neutralized by using a basic substance, by rubbing basic substance. That is how acids are being neutralized. So here there are some of the questions. Okay, I will share this in a WhatsApp group. That is, what is pH scale? We have seen a scale for measuring hydrogen ion concentration. Which acid is secreted in our stomach? That is hydrochloric acid. What are the symptoms of stomach acidity? Pain and irritation. What are the remedies for stomach acidity? Which are the acid present in tomato, tamarind, curd, sour milk? Okay. Then what is the range of the pH scale? What is the chemical composition of the tooth enamel? Okay. So here this I will share it. You can solve it. So now we'll go to the last part of this lesson, that is a salts. So okay, so you're familiar with the salt. Okay, the salt what we use in a house is a sodium chloride, that is NaCl. Okay, the common name is a common salt or a table salt. So we normally use it, we have it in our kitchen, and it is almost used in all the dish to obtain a particular taste. So here we are not only going to study the salt such as sodium chloride. Apart from that, we are also going to study the different types of the salt. It may be a copper sulfate, it is a sodium hydrogen carbonate, sodium carbonate, sodium sulfate, barium chloride, different types of the salts which are there. But here we are going to study only very few, 5 to 6 types or different types of salt. So first we'll try to see a salt which is used in our kitchen, that is a sodium chloride. The formula is NaCl, which is also known as common salt or table salt. So from this sodium chloride is normally it is a source of it is a raw material to obtain a different types of components. Okay, so what are the components that can be obtained from the sodium chloride? So this is a salt, sodium chloride. All of you are familiar with this. So one of the product that we get from the sodium chloride, that is chlorine gas, hydrogen gas, and sodium hydroxide, that is alkali. Followed? So how do we get this compound, that is chlorine gas, hydrogen gas, and sodium hydroxide? So normally the process is named as chlor-alkali process. So chlor-alkali process means what? As the chlor means chlorine and alkali means sodium hydroxide. Okay, that is a alkali. So this process is known as chlor-alkali process. Now let us try to see this process in detail. How do we get these gases? Which are the gases and which are the gases which are liberated at the electrode? So here you can take a setup like beaker like arrangement, a bigger size. Let us call it, this is maybe also a big trough. Okay, you have to take a brine. What is the meaning of brine? It is an aqueous solution of sodium chloride. So in the beginning only I have told you that sodium chloride is a source of raw material to obtain a different products. So here we are going to take a brine. Brine means what? Take a salt, you put some little quantity of water, stir it, you will get a salt solution. So that is known as aqueous solution. Aqua means water. So we are preparing this solution in water. So this aqueous solution of sodium chloride is known as brine. Okay, and just dip the electrodes, and these electrodes are used to pass the electric current. So what will happen when you pass a electric current in an aqueous solution of sodium chloride, that is known as brine. Okay, so these are the electrodes which is used to pass the electric current. It is connected by means of a wire, battery. Okay, this is a key also, that is a switch. And this electrode is connected to the negative terminal of a battery, so it is known as cathode. Okay, and this electrode is connected to the positive terminal of a battery, so which is known as anode. So here there are two electrode, cathode and anode. So cathode is negative and anode is positive. Follow, no? So now you have to pass the electric current. So what will happen on passing the electric current? So when you pass the electric current, as it flows through the brine, so what will happen? At the both the electrode, you can see some changes. Some bubbles are produced at both the electrode. See here. At both the electrode, the bubbles are produced. Okay. The bubbles indicate the evolution of the gas. Okay. The gas which is evolved at the cathode, that is a negative electrode, is hydrogen gas. That you can remember very well. And the gas which is produced at the positive electrode, that is at the anode, that is a chlorine. Okay, and at the bottom of the cathode, the third product obtained is sodium hydroxide. So already I have said that this salt is a raw material to obtain a different product. Okay, so we have seen these two products, that is hydrogen gas and chlorine gas. So hydrogen gas is liberated at the cathode, that is a negative electrode, and chlorine gas is liberated at the anode, which is a positive electrode. And at the bottom of the cathode, alkali, that is sodium hydroxide, is formed. So now let us see the uses of this hydrogen, chlorine and alkali. What are the uses? Followed? Yeah. So what is brine? Aqueous solution of sodium chloride which is prepared in water is known as brine. On passing electric current in brine, the gases liberated are at cathode hydrogen gas, already we have seen, anode chlorine gas, and at the bottom of the anode the alkali form is sodium hydroxide. So now what is the use of hydrogen gas? So hydrogen gas is used as a fuel. Okay, it is not used for a domestic purpose, but especially in a spacecrafts and all, the hydrogen is used. Okay, so hydrogen gas is also used in making margarine, a type of a butter. So here you can see this is a margarine, a type of a butter that is used in hydrogenation. Okay, so it is hydrogen is used in ammonia fertilizer. Okay, it is used in ammonia fertilizer. Okay, here. So now we'll see the uses of chlorine gas, the second product which is formed there. So this chlorine gas is stored in a cylinder, just like hydrogen gas only. Okay. So chlorine gas is used in a swimming pools for disinfectant to destroy the germs, that is bacteria and all. Okay. So here is the picture of swimming pool. So normally they make use of chlorine gas here. Second, it is used in ammonia fertilizer. So chlorine gas is used in making disinfectants, CFCs and pesticides. Disinfectant, that is, it has got strong, it can destroy the bacteria, okay, germs and all other, it can kill. So that property, that is the reason why they are called disinfectants. It is also used in CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbons. Alright? So chlorine gas is used in these CFCs. And another, it is used to make pesticides. Follow, no? Different types of pesticides. So that is the use of this chlorine gas. The alkali which is formed is sodium hydroxide, NaOH. So what is the use? It is used in manufacture of soaps and detergents. So sodium hydroxide is used in manufacture of soap and detergents. It is used in paper industry. Here you can see. So here is a worksheet for you. You can answer this question. I'll share it in a group. So what is brine? In aqueous solution of sodium chloride is called brine. In chlor-alkali process, name the gas given out at cathode and anode. So which gas is given at cathode and anode? So cathode is minus. The gas given out is hydrogen. At anode, that is a positive electrode connected to the positive terminal. The gas given out is chlorine. Okay. What are the uses of hydrogen and chlorine gas? Just now we have seen. Okay. And uses of sodium hydroxide, that is alkali. So the other different types of the salts we are going to see right now. That is a bleaching powder is a common name. You have heard this. Especially normally it is used to remove the algae which is formed, the slipperiness which is found in front of your house. So normally we sprinkle the bleaching powder. So common name is a bleaching powder. Okay. The chemical formula is calcium oxychloride, CaOCl2. So here you can see this is the packet of bleaching powder you can get in a medical store. Okay. Here. So what is the chemical name of bleaching powder? Calcium oxychloride, CaO. Ca stands for calcium, O that is oxygen, and Cl that is chlorine. So how is this bleaching powder prepared? Okay, so let us see the preparation. So bleaching powder is prepared by action of chlorine on dry slaked lime. So chlorine gas is passed over the dry slaked lime. So this is the lime here. Okay, it is a dry anhydrous. So when chlorine gas is passed on this dry slaked lime, the bleaching powder is obtained. Okay, so what is the use of this bleaching powder? It is used for bleaching cotton and wood pulp. So normally in our house there are some stains on the clothes. So when you apply this bleaching powder by putting in a small little bit amount of water, so the stains and all they are removed. Even it is used in bleaching the wood pulp. The paper which is manufactured, it is a slightly yellowish. Okay, so with the help of this chlorine, that is a bleaching powder and all other, so paper becomes bright white. So because bleaching powder, when it is exposed to air, if you open up, okay, the gas given out is a chlorine gas. Followed? So the gas given out is a chlorine gas. Followed? Another use is that it is used as oxidizing agent. Bleaching powder is used as what? is a powerful oxidizing agent. Follow, no? And it is used for disinfecting drinking water to make germ free. Okay. Yeah. But this water, this bleaching powder normally which is added to the drinking water, but it is in a small quantity, not in big amount. Okay. Okay. Another type of the salt we are going to see here is what? Baking soda. All of you are familiar. We have it in our kitchen. The chemical name of baking soda is sodium hydrogen carbonate. So here it is. So normally, when there is a condition of the stomach acidity, okay, it is advisable to take a pinch of this baking powder in a water, so to get relief from this baking powder, this from the stomach acidity. So the formula is NaHCO3. What is the formula of baking soda? Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Na stands for sodium, S stands for hydrogen, and CO3 is carbonate. So what is the use? Baking soda is used for making baking powder. Okay, here is baking powder. Especially it is used in bakeries, to make cake and all. Now this baking powder normally it contain an edible acid which is known as tartaric acid. Follow, no? And when you just bake, when you add it to the cake, and if you heat it, okay, the gas which is given, this acid will react with this uh, baking powder, okay, and the gas liberated is a carbon dioxide gas, and this carbon dioxide gas, it will make the cake to rise and become fluffy and spongy. So here you can see, so all of you know that the cake is what happen, is a fluffy, it grows in size, it becomes just like a spongy like. Why? Due to the carbon dioxide gas. And how this carbon dioxide gas is released here? So baking powder contain a small quantity of tartaric acid. When you heat it, tartaric acid will react with sodium hydrogen carbonate, and the gas liberated is carbon dioxide gas, due to which the cake becomes fluffy and spongy. Another use that it is used as antacid, to neutralize excess of stomach acid. So sodium hydrogen carbonate is used in soda acid fire extinguisher. See, this is the cylinder. Okay, there is acid and sodium hydrogen carbonate. So acid on reacting with sodium hydrogen carbonate, the gas given out is carbon dioxide gas, and we know that carbon dioxide gas extinguish fire. So that is the reason why it is used in firefighting device, that is a fire extinguisher. So the gas liberated here is carbon dioxide gas. So carbon dioxide gas do not support for combustion, it extinguishes fire. Follow, no? So reacting with acid, it gives out CO2 gas which extinguish fire. So another type of the acid which we are familiar, okay, earlier it was used in our house, that is known as, which was used to wash our clothes, that is washing soda. The chemical name of the washing soda is sodium carbonate. What is the formula? Na2CO3.10H2O. Na stands for sodium and CO3 stands for carbonate, that is sodium carbonate. So washing soda sodium carbonate contains 10 molecules of water of crystallization. See here, you can see 0.10 H2O. These 10 molecules of water of crystallization, okay, it is present in the crystals. When you heat it, it will turn into a vapor. So this is that washing soda sodium carbonate. It is available in the local store. You might have also used in our homes to wash the clothes and all. So one of the use, it is normally used as a cleansing agent for a cleaning purpose. So another use is that it is used for removing permanent hardness of water. Okay, it is used for removing permanent hardness of water. It is also used in industries and all to manufacture glass, soap, and paper. So sodium carbonate is used in manufacture of glass, soap, and paper in industries. Follow now? So washing soda is used in manufacture of sodium compounds such as borax. So it is used as cleaning agent for domestic purpose. Manufacture of sodium compounds such as borax. Okay, this is the chemical here. So let us see another type of a salt, copper sulfate. Okay, the common name is blue vitriol. See, the color is blue. There is a peacock blue. Formula is CuSO4.5H2O. So copper sulfate contains 5 molecules of water of crystallization. So this water is present in these crystals in a form of water of crystallization. So formula is CuSO4.5H2O. Cu stands for copper, SO4 is what? A sulfate. So it contains 5 molecules of water of crystal. So here this is the copper sulfate, peacock blue color. So this copper sulfate contains the 5 molecules of water of crystallization. So this copper sulfate on heating, it turns white or colorless. How? Due to the loss of water of crystallization. Okay. So if you take this copper sulfate in a test tube and if you heat it, okay, these water molecules will be given out in a form of water vapor. Okay. So we'll see this, what on heating this, what happens to this copper sulfate. So take a test tube and add little quantity of copper sulfate. Okay. Now since you have to heat it, you have to make use of test tube holder. So this is the test tube holder. Okay. This is the test tube holder. So we are going to see what happens if we heat the copper sulfate. So this is a test tube. So start heating. Okay. So when you start heating, what will happen? The water of crystallization which is present in these crystals, okay, slowly it will turn into water vapor and you can see accumulating by the side of test tube. See here, you can see on both the side. So this is known as water droplets. So water will be given out in a form of water vapor and slowly what will happen? What can you see here? See, you can see the crystals turning white. The crystals, copper sulfate crystals turning white. Means what? They lose the water of crystallization. Okay. So water of crystallization is lost in a form of water paper, and you can see this water droplet sticking by the side of test tube. Okay, now same this colorless copper sulfate which is formed here, again if you just sprinkle the water, okay, take it on a paper, okay, take it on a paper, or invert the test tube, take it on a paper and sprinkle some water. So on sprinkling the water, the blue color is restored again. So why? Because these copper sulfate crystals, again they absorb the water, okay, and they will turn blue. That is CuSO 4.5 H2O. Followed? Okay. Okay. So the last salt, all of you are familiar. Okay. Some of you might use it. Also, it is used in our homes. Okay. Whenever the painting is going on. Okay. To fill the gaps and cracks in a wall. Okay. So that is known as plaster of Paris. Followed? So plaster of Paris is a common name. So chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. So what is the common name of this chemical name of this plaster of Paris? Calcium sulfate hemihydrate, CaSO4 point half H2O, or twice the calcium sulfate point H2O. That is a plaster of Paris. So here, specially it is used by those who do the painting works to seal the gaps, cracks, okay, before painting it. Followed also here. So what is the use of this plaster of Paris? We all know that plaster of Paris is used for making toys, materials for decoration. Okay, different types of toys and all other idols and all other. Follow, no? So here. So on mixing it water, it becomes hard. Why? It changes to gypsum. That is why. So once you add little quantity of water, okay, and give a shape, and later on what happen, after sometimes what happen, it gets hardened, the shape is written, again you cannot reuse back. So most of the, you must have seen certain statues, idols and all other which is prepared by using plaster of Paris, okay, so they cannot be reused again, okay. So normally nowadays there is a ban to use a plaster of Paris, it only it is used in hospitals and in for paintings and other, to seal the gaps. It is also used in laboratory to seal the gaps. Why? The gas should not escape out. So here, so it is used by doctors to set the fractured bone in right position. So if at all there is a injury, okay, there is a like crack, okay, hairline crack, followed. So those bones when they are set, you have to make use of this plaster of Paris. So normally it is used by the doctors and all in hospitals to set the fractured bone in right position. Why? So once you apply it, okay, once it get hardened, okay, it remain like that. Nowadays we also see that Ganesh Chaturthi is approaching fast, okay, and most of the idols earlier, some 3 to 4 years back, they used to prepare these idols from plaster of Paris, okay. Now since plaster of Paris is non-biodegradable, it cannot be reused again, okay, so there is a ban, there is what happened, ban, okay. But even though in the market certain idols have been prepared, even if you just immerse in water, okay, it will remain as it is, it will not lose its property, and that is the reason why it is not recommended to use a plaster of Paris. Followed? So this worksheet which is there, that I'll share it in the group. How is bleaching powder prepared? Uses of bleaching powder, acid which is present in baking powder, uses of baking powder, then plaster of Paris uses. Okay. Okay, student. That is how we have finished our topic. Okay. So I think though there was a difficulty here, you couldn't. There is no interaction here. Only thing you have to just chat it, followed. But now you can see the uh, recorded recorded video. So if there is a failure in connectivity, okay, you can see this. Okay. So students, shall we stop? Okay, you can just type yes, no. Uh, just I require a feedback from you. Was there any buffering? Okay, the picture, that audio video quality was okay. You could see without any difficulty. Yes, you can type in a chat. Okay. Okay. Yes. Aishwarya has typed S. Okay, even Sanjana has also typed S. Okay, so that I will not come to know that, because from my side initially I was just facing like problem. Okay, it was not, the voice was not going. Okay, it was not receiving. Okay. Okay, so students, Divya has already typed. Okay. So Divya has typed S. Okay. So we'll stop here, students. Yes. Okay, Manohar has also said. Hmm. Okay, students, we'll stop here.